It's Tony from the farm, and we're here with another one of our pop-ins. And our pop-ins are essentially pop-ups. And this might be a little inside baseball for all of you, but uh, pre-pandemic, before the doc times, we would invite our friends into our store, and they would set up a table with a bunch of goods on it, and they would post up in our store, and they would be able to interact with our friends as they came into the store, interact with our staff as they were working in the store, and everyone would get just a huge heaping helping of education about their product. And since social distancing is a thing and we believe in it, we wanted to still bridge that gap. We wanted to provide that education to you, but do it in a safe and socially distanced and responsible way. And that's where the idea for these pop-ins came from. So we've reached out to a bunch of our friends in the industry to schedule time to sit and chat about the products that they make and why they're good for you, why they're great for me, why they're good for all of us, and this is no different. So today, we're talking with our friend Sam from Summit Concentrates. And Summit is a great story there. And we're going to get into that story in just a second. First, I got to say hi to Sam. Hi, Sam. How are you
today?
Hey,
Tony. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. We love Summit. We wanted to still, we had this scheduled actually on paper. You were supposed to come into the store, but there's no good way to do that to be thorough and give everybody the space to absorb. So people can pick up their Summit carts or whatever, and then they can enjoy this conversation and this education from the comfort of their own home, maybe even while they're consuming, which maybe we'll throw some jokes or Easter eggs in for those people that are watching this from the couch. But I want to start out with the company itself, the story of how this came together. It's almost like two families came together. How did these families come together to become one of the most sought after brands in Colorado cannabis?
Yeah, Tony. So yeah, it's essentially just that. Summit was founded by two lifelong friends that shared a passion for cannabis. Dating back to their college days at Penn State together. They actually went to school together. They broke off, they had very successful careers, and they left their successful careers and moved their families to Colorado together to pursue their dream in building a cannabis company, or a cannabis community, as you will, known as Summit today. And yeah, I've personally been with Summit since the beginning, so since 2017.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so our founders and small group of investors are all family friends. Everything we've done with the love for the plant and the positivity it brings to people's lives.
Yeah, there's a lot of greatness when it's such a concentrated group of people, especially people who love each other in that way, and families that love each other. And I call me an old Boulder hippie or whatever, but I really think that love gets transferred into not only the plants you grow, but the products that come from those plants.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's definitely shown and, in our company. And, as we've grown too, so has our number of licenses, so has our team. And the one thing that every addition to our team has shared is the appreciation for what we are building. And we look at what we're doing as a company as more than running a business. I think all of us can agree with this emerging industry, we are part of changing the society's perception of what cannabis is and the people who consume cannabis are.
Yeah.
So we recognize that, and it drives us to be better.
Yeah, I going back to my early bud tender days, I think the thing that struck me, or one of the things that struck me the most, was just because I thought I was going to be serving Harold, Kumar, Cheech, and Chong, and then that was it, right? And then I'm bud tending to people who looked more like my parents than they did me, and that was, or my grandparents in a lot of cases, and that was a big eye opener for me. Not only because what it showed me was there were people that were using cannabis even in a recreational or adult use sense. People were looking for wellness, or people looking for relief, and people were still, there's still that cannabis as a medicine mindset, and that was super eye-opening for me. You came on board in the late teens. By this time, Colorado cannabis is a thing. People know Colorado for cannabis. But you were able to, as a company, grow world-class flower and extract world-class concentrates from that flower. How did you, in a market that was already saturated with, let's be honest, a lot of great flower, come to the genetics and concentrates that made Summit stand out to what it is today?
Yeah, so as far as, our concentrate, the quality of just our entire brand,
Yeah.
we believe that that quality comes from really honing in on our own supply. And so it's all of our flour, all of our products across the board are grown and processed in one of our two of the state art indoor facilities with our proprietary fertigation systems and by our team of experienced and well-seasoned growers. Our founders are in the facilities, every single day. They work as growers, as harvesters, as trimmers, as they help the extractors. I don't remember the last time I've gone into the facility and haven't seen one of them.
Sure.
And so they are very much hands-on. They want to know, how things are rolling and how we can better improve. And so again, it goes back to the quality of flour. We do not process any flour that is grown outside of our facility. It's all grown in-house, and that ensures, our great quality, starting with material that we have grown ourselves. And this helps us replicate our quality over and over again, so that our customers and our consumers can constantly find the same awesome quality in all of the Summit strains across the board.
When you talk about consumable goods, and I think of brands that I loved maybe as a kid, and I go back and try them as an adult, or even as an adult, and it's been a couple of years since I've had a sandwich or a pizza or a soda or whatever. And as brands grow, quality dips, and it's so heartening, and that's true in the cannabis space too. There were products that were available at the very, very beginning that either aren't available anymore or that have changed in such a way that I just don't care for them the same way I used to. And so it's very emboldening and heartening to hear that your commitment to quality doesn't wane even as you grow and become one of the top concentrate brands that people search, and they search for that consistency that we just got done talking about, but they also search because of the quality. And I want to know how do you decide what strains are right? Because we're for those of you who don't know, it's tough to keep your genetics stable for an extended period of time. And as plants grow, we don't have the science and all the financial backing of the Monsantos of the world to stabilize genetics so that you get the same exact plant every batch and every time. So how do your CEOs, your founders are in the grows all the time, they're hands-on, dirty. How are you able to, or let me ask you this, what strains are right? How do you decide which strains are right? And then which strains that you'll turn into flour or concentrate?
Sure. So you nailed it right on the head, Tony. It's really hard to kind of harness so many strains and get them to grow and yield in a way that is amazing and will create a similar experience every time across the board. And so, with that, strains are constantly proliferating. And what is the, strain du jour is not something that we take as a part of our approach.
Sure.
Instead, we have been steadily growing fewer strains. When we started, we were growing 65 strains.
That's a lot.
Yeah, just wild. I couldn't keep them all straight.
Right.
And so since then, we've actually slimmed that down, and we're currently at less than 30 strains. So yeah, our focus is to grow the same strains in a consistent way from harvest to harvest while maximizing quality and yield. Of course, there are business reasons for this, but more than anything, we want to provide our customers and our consumers with a reliably relatable, repeatable, and relatable experience. For example, if you love our Bubba Kush flower, you're gonna love our Bubba Kush sugar wax. You're gonna love the live resin. You're gonna love the live sauce vapes, which the farm has in store this week. And and always, and it'll be a very similar experience whether you buy that last January or July or October of last year or this year or in 2021. And we want you to find your perfect strain, and if you find your perfect strain of ours, we want you to be able to find it again. So yes, it is hard to grow for these strains to kind of manifest and grow the same exact way every time. But man, are we really trying to kind of just create that similar experience so that, when you tried it last and you try it again, you're going to get, that same terpene profile and you'll get similar experience.
I don't think it's a real stretch. People know that when you get concentrates from flower, like flour is the base ingredient, and Summit provides both. You make flour, you make concentrates. How do you decide which strains or which plants, which batches turn into concentrate and which ones you use for your flour products?
Yeah. So, some harvests are tougher than others.
Sure.
That being because we often freeze parts of our harvest for live extraction.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, the smaller buds the buds at the bottom of the plant will be frozen for extraction, while our top colas are hand trimmed and packaged as actually have our Summit Select.
Oh, nice.
Or they're made into our pounds for wholesale for our dispensary partners. So we do, we do also sell our flour, our loose flour, for the dispensaries. And after hand trimming, that trim will go to our lab and it's cured for extraction to be made into our sugar wax or shatter. We often almost never freeze a full harvest of a particular strain, and more often than not, the buds are also beautiful. We decide not to freeze any of it. So, like I said, it's a tough decision.
Sure.
We'll be kind of just reassessing all the buds and shaking, scratching our heads and kind of trying to figure out, what do we want to do with this? The opportunities are just, they're abundant.
So is it safe to say that there's a possibility that I could buy a J and a cartridge and it came from the same plant?
Absolutely.
The exact same. Well, that's so cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and so a good way of doing that is just it says it right there on the package. You can match up those harvest dates right next to each other, and it's amazing to kind of follow that story.
Sure.
Once you learn that about us, trying the flour, then trying a concentrate or a live sauce vape.
Right. Because you're not at that point you're not comparing apples and oranges. You're comparing like apples and applesauce, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so, I'd be interested, Tony, in what you think when you start comparing, the flour and the concentrates side by side.
That's some R&D that I can very easily picture myself doing. Yeah. In fact, maybe this weekend. Let's see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think this weekend would be a good time. Yeah. It's Friday, right?
Yeah, it is Friday. That's right. I've been mentioning the carts. You've got carts, and carts are kind of a buzzword now. We've gotten away from them because we're our political fervor is now pointed at other things, and rightfully so. But carts were a big story in 2019, and one of the big takeaways for everyone is that not all concentrates are created equal, and we've talked about the great quality and care to go into the concentrates that Summit makes. But the tech, the vape tech, not all vape tech is created equal either. And your commitment to quality and your dedication to quality isn't just about the software, but it's about the hardware too. Can you speak on that a little bit?
Oh, yeah. to be running a special with the farm this weekend, and we are very much looking forward to be able to, provide our vapes in store. And so, yeah, our live sauce vape, it's just that. I actually have a
Oh, nice.
right here, yeah. And so here's our live sauce vape packaging. It's you can buy our vapes and then recycle this outer packaging afterwards.
Oh,
so,
nice.
That's one thing that we really pride ourselves in, is that you can recycle our packaging. And then as far as the vape sauce goes, it's a lot of the products that you see around. It will say live or of FSC full spectrum extract on the package,
Right.
Meaning that they are a mixture of distillate and live resin sauce, or sometimes unnative terpenes or fake cannabis terpenes.
Right.
And yes, this does get the potency higher. While many people do shop potency, those of us in the industry know that potency isn't the end all. And so our vapes are very high in terpene content. As much as 15% of our sauce are native terpenes, meaning they are the terpenes of the plant extracted during the production of live resin. And so we separate, when we make our live resin, which comes out to a consistency of crystals and sauce, which many people are very familiar with, we separate the crystals, and the surplus of the sauce, that is the sauce that is in our vape cartridges.
Oh,
so it's
wow.
100%
Okay.
live resin. There's no additional ingredients added into our vapes. It's our live resin in our cartridge. And so, yeah, if you buy our live resin, you're only getting the ingredients in our vape in that gram, which
Right.
is just the sauce that covers the crystals.
Right.
And that makes our vapes true to the strain that it was extracted from, which was the live plant that was fresh frozen within an hour of harvest.
That's huge.
And it gives our vapes a wide range of flavors and potencies that match the characteristics of the plant, much closer, than a, say, maybe distillate cartridge. But that being said, we tie up all of that beautiful live sauce, and we put it into a glass cartridge with a ceramic core, and every ounce of that oil you are going to vape out of the cartridge.
Awesome.
So we've done a lot of R&D on our part, which making sure that we are, picking a good housing for our live sauce to be vaped through. We wanted something that wasn't too high in temperature, something that would vape at the perfect temperature and not burn, something that would pull all the way through with our live sauce, because we weren't using any additional ingredients to help with the viscosity. It's just the live sauce that does all of the work
Sure.
as far as that goes. So
That's
that's our live sauce vape in a nutshell.
man. I all I hear is consistency, quality, summit. That in a nutshell, that's it. And I love that because we get so many people, and there's so much. It's hard as a consumer because there's so many different products out there. I mean, I will freely admit we have lots of products at the farm and the Farm Express, and so and even now when traditional bud tending is shortened and limited due to COVID-19 and the pandemic, that consultative service isn't necessarily as robust as it was before, and we still offer it. You can always call us for recommendations, or you can email us contact@thefarmco.com. And one of us will get back to you with some great recommendations. But it's important for people, and a lot of people do they find a brand and they stick with it because it works for them. And we've talked about that in terms of Summit. It's what a great brand to lock onto. What a great brand, because you're going to get quality in both the if you're using carts, if you're a cart user or consumer, you're going to get quality on the inside, you're going to get quality on the outside. You're in flour, you get quality there. You got loose concentrate, your quality there, and that's what I love. I'm a bit, speaking of quality and products, I'm not much of an indica guy because I don't need any help sitting on my ass. I'm pretty good at that by itself. So I'm kind of a sativa diva. What Summit products would you? Yeah, you can feel free to use that. I'm trying to make it a thing. I'm also, and for everybody there, I'm trying to make this a thing. Sensimalier, right? I like that. Sensimalier. Isn't that cool?
I love that.
Sam, I know.
Oh man.
And try. So those of you out there, take that and run with it. Sensimalier, Bud Tender's the old and busted. Sensimalier,
Yes.
that's the new. That's
Oh
the
my
new
gosh,
harness.
we're getting new name tags
Yeah.
made tomorrow.
Nice, excellent. So put on your Sensimalier hat and recommend to me a good, strong, racy, energetic sativa.
Ooh, okay. All right, Tony. That's kind of hard to just do one. I got a couple for you off the top.
Fine
of
with
my head.
listen. I like more the merrier. I say.
Yeah, I am too. Like I said, I'm a sativa diva as well, so I am. You know, I've done a lot of research in this department. So yeah, one of our long-term strains has been Chisel.
Oh sure.
And the Chisel, yeah, it's a UK cheese crossed with East Coast sour diesel. So that's, it's a very kind of pick-me-up strain, very cheesy aroma.
I love that.
Very long-lasting too, which is something I really love about it.
I love that too. And I bet that cheese, for a lot of people, diesels can be super intimidating and racy. And I bet that cheese kind of helps make that a little more easier to navigate.
Yeah, I like that you said that. Maybe that's kind of where the long-lasting effects come. You're more so when you smoke it, you kind of get to your plateau, but you're not like getting over the edge.
Sure. Which that's where I live in Sativa. I want to get to that plateau, but getting over the edge just ends up with me having big eyes, ranting to my wife about God knows what. So what about you mentioned that you're a sativa diva yourself and that you like that Chisel. Anything else that speaks to Sam?
Yeah, so I really love the strawberry banana, which I actually I have here in the Summit Select. And I actually ended up I wanted to show you guys a sample today of what it looked like, but I've actually smoked almost all of it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's our strains packaged in a mason jar and heat sealed, so you guys can check it out before you actually purchase the product, and then you can reuse the jar and recycle it afterwards. But the strawberry banana, oh my gosh, I feel like that not only to me is a favorite, but also a staff favorite too.
Sure.
And that's one of the strains that we have been cultivating for a while now.
Oh, nice.
So we have really kind of honed in on really just harnessing the terpene profile and complementing it as much as we can. So I love the strawberry banana. In the vapes as well, which I believe that you guys will have the strain this weekend, is the Platinum Huckleberry Cookies.
Oh, yum.
So that one's really nice too. That one's Platinum Huckleberry crossed with Platinum Girl Scout Cookies.
Yum.
With Platinum Oregon. Yeah. So that one as well, you can find at the farm this weekend. On the shelves as well, and that's honestly probably one of my favorite vapes. It is an indica, which normally, like we were talking about just a question ago, we love sativa, but that one in particular, I'm just like, man, I can vape this, and I can still enjoy a nice peaceful evening and not fall asleep right away.
Yep.
So I'm still productive, still can go walk my dog, still can make dinner, and I'm ready for more after dinner usually.
Just because I love pizza doesn't mean I can't enjoy tacos, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
exactly.
there's always a place at the table for indica for me. I know you're super busy. I know that you've got a big weekend in front of you. We've got a big weekend in front of us. Where can our friends follow the Summit story?
Sure. So as far as the Summit story, hit us up on the website, summitstrains.com. We are there. There is a kind of our whole brand story. You can take a gander, check out our grow, check out a little bit more information on the live sauce vapes and the concentrates as well as our flour. So you can check us out there. There's also, you can ask us any questions on the website.
Oh, nice.
We are super responsive to that, and we love hearing from you guys. So please reach out. And as far as our IG handle, you can find us on Instagram. It's going to be Summit Strains on Instagram.
Got it. Summit Strains. Just remember Summit Strains. Sam, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much, Tony, and the farm. Thank you so much for having us out.
Excellent, and we will see.
Actually, I should say, pop in.
Pop it in. We will see all of you at the farm, and Sam, we will see you again soon. Thanks for hanging out, everyone.
Awesome. Thank